understand your weak points, areas that you would like to focus on, choosing those machines and those different movements, doing them correctly, doing them perfectly, meaning you gotta know what it feels like to actually have a good contraction. You gotta know what that feels like. It's almost like if you're taking a swing, or in basketball, like you have like a certain follow through and you know what it feels like to knock that down, or a perfect throw. You gotta know what that perfect rep feels like, and you gotta replicate that. Live from Australia. What's your favorite place to visit in Australia? Can't put me on that spot, man. But I do really enjoy my time when I was in Bondi. And I had a really good time in Gold Coast. I had a really good time there. I remember waking up. Sunrises and sunsets out there was just different. But the action in Bondi was dope. Like I was in Bondi Beach for like a month. And I went from there to Melbourne, all the way up to Darwin, down that coastline, then flew all the way to Perth. Australia got a lot of hidden gems, but I will say that a lot of people were very, very nice there. They welcomed me with open arms. Would you be able to do any gym podcast? It's virtual. Well, I won't do anyone's podcast. There's a lot of requests. I usually sift through the ones that I want and then have, a certain flow, a certain reputation. But for me, I'm definitely willing to create my own. I don't know if I want to call it a podcast, because everybody's got a podcast. All right, let's read some more. Alright guys, I've already passed 30 minutes on this cardio. I knew that was going to happen. Thank you guys for helping me out with that. That's still on. That's her. Check that out. Push button start. Yeah. Alright. Ooh, it's at 121 degrees. Okay. Shit! It's gotta be hot. It's hot in here. Oh, man. What's my car's name? You would never guess. You would never guess what the Chevelle's name. I was trying to give her a name a long time ago. That's a 70 Chevelle. Has an LS3408. Bored out and stroked. 90mm turbo. Dynos on low boost. It runs on E85. It dynos on low boost with... first pass was 801. Second pass was at 836. The current setup could easily hit 4 digits. It could be 1,000 horsepower on the dyno if I were to turn up the boost. And it has a 100 shot of nitrous, which I don't need to show you all that. Has a stereo in it. Got to be able to bump some good music. Right now I'm having problems like keeping the damn battery charged. I believe I'm going to have to change out the battery. And the only thing that sucks with having, upgrades to your vehicles is things break or things malfunction. So you have to kind of be a gearhead. And if you don't, you got to have people that can help you. And I'm not super handy with tools, so... And then I get kind of nervous, like, oh, am I going to mess something up? Alright. Greg, the Swede says, just saw Metallica on the M72 tour. Man... I had a chance to go see Metallica. I can't remember the year. It might have been 2016. They were playing at Mile High Stadium in Denver, Colorado. They were with Avenged Sevenfold, and it was too close to the Olympia for me to go. And I regret that. I really regret it. But I know what would have happened Your boy would have went from backstage to being in that damn area where everybody's jumping around, and that wouldn't have worked out so hot. How long will be in the sauna? Man, it's so hot in here right now. I'm probably going to be in here like 10 minutes. So what's the Chevelle's name? I named her Veronica, actually. Never dated a girl named Veronica. Never hooked up with a girl named Veronica. Just named her Veronica for some reason. Abukar Fitness Gear. Go ahead and shoot me a DM, man. Shoot me a DM with your product and branding for your clothing. Yeah, you know what's funny? What's it, Mr. Pro Ramen? I actually had it on a trickle charger, and I thought I did, and then, like, I had it set up to where, like, I'd have to show it to you, but, like, there's an extension cord, like an actual, like, cable that comes out that I can plug in into a wall, like, with an extension cable, and for some reason that shorted out. So the battery was, like, completely dead. I was like, okay, let me go ahead and put a battery tender on it and this and that, try to charge it up. Didn't work. Let me go use my truck to jump start it. I was charging it up, it wouldn't turn. Then a couple days later, it turned. But now it's low again. Then I get a different one. Then I get a different machine that can actually like do a full cycle to repair the battery. And I'm like, I don't want to have to replace this battery, but it looks like I'm going to have to replace the battery. Just sucks. Just sucks. Oh, man. One thing I didn't do while I was talking to y'all is drink my damn water. Gotta stay hydrated. Do you think the Nuggets are gonna make it? I don't know, man. With that whole coaching debacle, that bullshit, like, it don't look good, man. It don't look good. I'm not happy about it. Have you had any knee issues? What did you do that helped? I had torn MCL years ago. Didn't even know I had it until I got an MRI. What I did for it was I got stem cells put in it, and it helped, but I think I need another round. What you go through 3 exercises for quads? I mean, you got to throw some hacks in there. Whether you like back squats or front squat, you got to squat. And you got to do some type of leg extension. Oh, man. It is hot up in here. Well, Phil, like you're wearing a hoodie like after you did cardio and stuff. Will I compete? No more competing for me. No more competing for me. No more. I was actually trying to see if I wanted to allow someone to have a call with me real quick. Well, I think that does it, guys. I'm going to jump out of here in a minute. I'm going to answer some email. But really do want to say thanks for joining with me this morning. And wish you guys a great, pleasant, productive day wherever you. And then, we could be the 7th seed or 8th seed, or we're the 9th or the 10th seed. We could just play in a tournament and get in. It's like, it's garbage. Just say you want 10 teams in the freaking bracket. Simple. What do I wish for today? Yeah. Can't share them. I do want peace in my life. I don't want drama. One piece. This guy says, please grow the hair. You want me to grow this out more? I don't want to do all that. It takes work. Then I have to go to the barbershop, sit around. It's like a 3-hour thing. You gotta make an appointment, go wait, him trim you up, give you a fade, and then you talking shit for another hour. That's why I just shave it off. Would I ever consider an apprenticeship for the right candidate? I've learned so much from you. Maybe, but not right now. But I mean, on my LinkedIn bio, like, you can hire me for a coaching call. A lot of people do that as their first step. But as far as like an apprenticeship, when I think of apprenticeship, that's like someone like being in my office with me, learning, being fully immersed. I'm not ready for that yet. Gentleman said, thanks for giving us the best Olympians, amazing Olympians. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see some more. What speed? So I'm at 2.3 today. I'm at 53 minutes, just hit 53 minutes. I'm at 3% incline. Let me start that again. Okay. What's diet like after competing? Diet was all over the place, to be honest. I don't eat as much. The frequency of meals is different. I'm not eating every 2.5 to 3 hours. I'm starting to get back into that though, but for years after I competed, I mean, it's been 5 years. It'll be 5 years in December. I wasn't getting more than 2, maybe 3 meals. But again, like I said, that's going to change. Doing this cardio actually helps with that. What's my gamer tag? Hulk, like Incredible Hulk, Strong on PlayStation Network. Hello from Slovakia. What's happening? I miss that place. Got Ecuador in here? Whoa. Bend, Oregon is up in here. Nice. Sudan is in here. Russia is in here. Man, let me tell you about Russia, guys. I've been to Russia like 3 or 4 times. A lot of people was like, oh man, you shouldn't go. Like, they're going to treat you like shit and this and that. Man, I had the greatest time. Stayed at the Ritz-Carlton and the Red Square. I had a great time. The shopping there, elite. Louis Vuitton store, it's like 5 floors. Crazy. Wow. Favorite song? That's tough. I have so many of them. I love so many different types of music. I love heavy metal. I love alternative, hip-hop, rap, West Coast gangster rap, big time. Even country music. I love Chris Stapleton. I'm like all over the place. But if it's great music, it's great music. Like Frank Sinatra, great music. Alright, let me scroll through some of these other questions. I'm going to hop off here and get in the sauna. Alright, 55 minutes. Let's just go ahead and stop that right now. I'm going to take this off. I was actually filming. So I might want to chop some of these questions up. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay. Being overheated. Want to see the Chevelle real quick? That's her. Check that out. Push button start. Yeah. All right. Okay. So I'm in here real quick. Ooh, it's at 121 degrees. Okay. Shit. It's gotta be. This DM's trying to get messed up. But yeah, and if there's a way to make it work for both of us or all of us, yeah, we'll make it happen. And I say this respectfully. I don't just do podcasts just to do them. I'll be honest, I like to do the stuff that's, top tier and really good questions and really good vibe. When am I hitting Umbra strength again? I don't know. It's a little bit out of the way for me, so I don't know. All right, we're now approaching 40 minutes on the cardio. I literally said I was going to do 30 minutes, and now I'm talking about 40. Kane Cobley says, who do you have winning the Pittsburgh Pro? Well, we have Derek Lunsford, who literally is Mr. Olympia, who won the Arnold Classic this year. He is the front runner, so you have to go with him. You have to go with him. And it's a one-day comp. I believe it's one-day comp. So with it being a one-day comp, he should be able to peak right on time. But you got Nick Walker, you got a few other guys. We haven't seen Nick and Derek and the rest of the gang get together. And anything can happen. I said it before. Ain't nobody that dominant in this sport right now. No one. Anyone can get beaten on any given day. Now, with that said, what I saw in Columbus with Derek Lunsford was very impressive. Hey, Jamper, you ever on Warzone? My wife actually bought me a PS5. I was so surprised she bought me a PS5 for my birthday last year. I've played Call of Duty maybe 4 times. I really want to get back on there, but I have to set a time limit. I have to set a time limit like 1 hour, and that's it. I feel like that should be fair enough. Maybe on like rest days, I'll hop on there. Call sign. My PSN call sign is Hulk Strong. Hulk Strong. Here's a good question. What have you learned about yourself from being who you are? That I'm very resilient. That I have a great heart. Even when people have doubted me and even disrespected me, dismissed me. I always want to see people win. In fact, I'll even bring people in to allow them to experience the fruits of my labor. So that's what I've learned, is that I'm not selfish with the things that I've earned and want to share it with my inner circle. What I've learned is that I have a lot of grit, I have a lot of fire, and I have this part of me that, if pressed, it'll be hell for you. And I've learned, and I've probably always had this about me, Yeah, it's great. You good, babe? Oh, thank you. But yeah, that's what I learned. But I also learned that I don't always have to be like, I don't have to be, like I learned that I can turn that dream killer on and off. I learned that I can be happy even through painful experiences. So that's what I learned. That's a good question, man. Thank you. Got Beijing in here, Tokyo in here, got Windsor, Colorado in here, got people from India in here, Quebec City is up in here. Turkey in here. Mexico's in here. One guy asked, you still play basketball? No. But I bet I could if I dropped another. I for sure could play if I dropped 30 pounds. But that ain't happening. That is not happening. I could probably play if I dropped maybe 10 and I could do like more functional mobility. I think the worry that I have is that I'm 245 pounds. And my fear is if I were to cut a certain way, I'm afraid of that Achilles tear. The knee is one thing. Knee, yeah, that would suck. But the Achilles, I don't want that because that's like trying to relearn how to walk and no. So I have so much traveling and so much going on that as much as I want to play those games, I'll just shoot. I'll dribble in place, you know. But maybe one day, who knows? Maybe one day. Free Sean asked if I go to arm bust. I don't live in Colorado anymore, my friend. Any guest posing coming up? No, those days are over, my friend. I won't be guest posing. I could if I dropped another. I for sure could play if I dropped 30 pounds, but that ain't happening. That is not happening. I could probably play if I dropped maybe 10 and I could do like more functional mobility. I think the worry that I have is that I'm 245 pounds. And my fear is if I were to cut a certain way, I'm afraid of that Achilles tear. The knee is one thing. Knee, yeah, that would suck. But the Achilles, I don't want that because that's like trying to relearn how to walk and no. So I have so much traveling and so much going on that as much as I want to play those games, I'll just shoot. I'll dribble in place, you know. But maybe one day, who knows? Maybe one day. Free Sean asked if I go to arm bust. I don't live in Colorado anymore, my friend. Any guest posing coming up? No, those days are over, my friend. I won't be guest posing anymore. Only guest posing I'll be doing is in the comfort of my bedroom or a hotel room with my wife. changed over the years. People are more worried about what they're wearing and filming, tripods everywhere. Yeah, we do live in a weird, strange world where you didn't lift 500 pounds unless if it was recorded. Man, it's so weird. It's so strange. Can't change it. Just gotta adapt to it. Maybe I build a gym where there's a certain area where no phones are allowed. Maybe that would be a concept. And then the other parts you can film everywhere. This guy asks, how do you know? What do you say? How do you know? How do I know if my back muscles are genetically good or not? Start training. You don't know if you're good at all unless if you start putting forth work. Don't have a failure to launch. Just go for it, man. Stop worrying about if your genetics are good enough. If you want to train, go train. If you want to run, go run. Ian Vander Wink, just saw your video about going for your goals. Someone else is living. Yeah. I appreciate you, man. It does hit deep, right? It's like, you want this life or not? And sometimes, you know what's funny about those calls to greatness? Sometimes they come at the time where we least expect it. But imagine praying for something like, oh God, please, I want this job, or I want to have this, I want to have that. And you're putting forth work and you kind of forget about it. And then one day, literally, there's an opportunity for you to meet with someone that could change your whole freaking life, or you could make a call and you just decide to balk at it because you go, oh, I'm not ready. It's like, but you asked for this. Man, how many times have we done that? Oh man, I really want to meet the man of my dreams. He's literally right there, and you refuse to go talk to him. It's crazy how the mind works. Well, Real Dave says, I'm struggling to know when to move up the weights. Like I still get dawns from the weights I'm doing, but they're starting to feel easy. If they're starting to feel easy, then go up 5-10 pounds. As long as you're able to do that without straining yourself, hurting yourself, go up and weigh. Simple. Don't complicate this. What's my take on the NBA playoffs? You know what's funny? I haven't really watched it. Living on the East Coast has its benefits, but then it sucks because I'm a West Coast guy. I grew up on the West Coast, and I want to see West Coast teams. And then them games start super late, and I'm already in bed, so I end up watching them the next day on Facebook. My schedule during the summer is like insane. And I have to be really selective as to where I go. I'd like to go see the crossover if they're having it. Maybe like the first week of August or something like that, or yeah, maybe I'll make it out for a couple days. I talked to Keith about it. He was like, yeah, we could just roll in and roll out. I was like, that sounds like a plan. But I definitely want to get out there. I want to see the whole group. And when I do come out, it would be nice, just whether it be an afternoon, it doesn't have to be at night, but just an afternoon, just with the homies. Like we can go to, I don't care where we go. Just go chill, chop it up. So I'm gonna need your help with that, bro. And that says, does genetics hold a lot of embodied on it? Absolutely. You gotta have really good genetics to do any professional sport. Like the best of the best of the best. God made them to do that one thing. And that person just happened to do that one thing. Some people are just so athletic, so gifted that they can do multiple sports. So they got to figure out which one is best, for their circumstance. For me, obviously, I was able to, play basketball at this small height, but I had the genetics to jump high, run fast, but I had to put in a lot more work. So I understand when people want a bodybuilder and they're like, I'm not getting the certain gains that the next guy's getting because they probably have better genetics. The answer is probably right. But you also may not be working as hard as you can either. But overall, you got to look at it like this. I got this one body. I'm going to use the genetics to my best of my ability by working my ass off and learning what works for me. That's what you got to focus on. You got to run your own race with that. If not, you're just going to be frustrated nonstop. Got a 16-year-old kid in here saying, I'm a bodybuilder in Brazil. What's happening, man? You doing your walk too, huh? That's good. Stay in shape. Stay strong. Eat right. Don't do anything stupid. This guy named Alu Dixon, whatever, says, bro, you got no... Dude, I'm 45. Think I'm not supposed to age? I've been doing this sport for how long? Sweet. And normally I wouldn't even respond to this. He said, you got no. Well, son, go to your room. Right, come home. Pull my belt off and this guy says, Road Bay 23B says, are you going to do another video with Will Tennyson? Great duo. Will Tenny has full access. If he wants to do another collab, we can do another collab. This time I want to be able to film on my YouTube as well. But yeah, Will T's a good dude. He's getting ready for a show, actually. So shout out to Will. Good luck with your contest. Scroll through. Alex says, the single most important aspect you tell an amateur bodybuilder is trying to become a professional. Don't rely on drugs. Think of it like, I always reference the Fast and Furious films. When they're racing, you always hear there's a segment in time where a person is, yes. So there's a segment in the film of Fast and Furious where they're racing and the guy ends up hitting the nitrous a little too fast, and he always gets beat. Why is that? Because it wasn't about just hitting the nitrous. You got to do things at the right time, and sometimes it's not right. It's not the right time to do all that without building the car, building the body. You gotta learn how to build it. It's not easy. Everybody just hit the nitrous and they be the fastest car on the road. It doesn't work like that. It's hand built, very meticulous, takes time, patience. And amateur bodybuilders, you guys gotta know that if you're really trying to be a professional and be a good one, you gotta be willing to put in that work and not have PBs at the forefront of your mind. And I know that's difficult for many because bodybuilding is very inclusive. There's multiple divisions. There's a lot of guys that are relying on the abuse of PBs to get where they're at. And because of it being allowed, people are like, well, if he's doing it or she's doing it, then I'll do it. You guys all think you're also created equal. Genetically, you're not. You're not. Hard work, you're not either. So that's some of the advice I would give amateur bodybuilders that probably don't train as hard as you really think. I actually skim through a lot of this YouTube stuff and I don't see a whole lot of intensity. I see a lot of weight sometimes, but I don't see a lot of intensity. There's a difference. But teach his own. I wish them all well. If they want to learn from me, they can always hit the link in my bio and schedule a call. I can get them on that real program mindset to where they can actually see some real gains. Advice for women building muscle. Well, it's no different than guys. You just got to go to the gym, actually understand your weak points, areas that you would like to focus on, choosing those machines and those different movements, doing them correctly, doing them